live now. Hey Sam.
Yeah?
I assume the camera's not in shot. Not the camera, the laptop.
Yeah, the camera's not in shot.
The laptop's not in shot.
Laptop.
Is
Oh,
it
you're
actually-
getting me confused!
I know, I'm sorry.
How could you?
I need your help. Be my cameraman guy.
No, because you can see my reflection in the window.
Okay, fine. Don't be my cameraman guy. But is it on? Is it streaming? Are we moving? Are we live? Are we doing things?
One person's watching.
Oh, I wonder who that is. See, I'm still trying to find out how to watch it. Because I always forget. In between turns, I always forget how to do it. Aha, there we go. Live story time. Let's see if we can get it working now. Yeah, if you put a shirt on, you can come join me.
No.
No? I know. Little dude doesn't want to watch. That's just tragic. Ah. Now I can see myself. This is excellent. Hi and welcome again. This is the third time I've done this now.
I'm not putting a top on.
You're not putting this. Okay, I have my special cameraman helper with me today. And he has decided not to be dressed. It is Sunday. So, do you really have to get dressed on a Sunday? I mean, isn't that the day of the week where you can be like, yep, this is a total pyjama, let's not do anything day? Oh, hello! Oh, it's so nice to see you. My goodness. So my plan for today is to tell some stories. Again, because I'm not actually doing anything actively.
It's the only thing she ever can be bothered to do.
You reckon?
Yeah.
You reckon? You think that's all I can ever be bothered to do? I don't think so. I don't think so. But I thought my theme for today, I would tell stories about how these beautiful, grotty, smelly children came into the world. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I'll tell everyone just how much of a pain in my everything it was to give birth to you.
And Callum.
And Callum. And Callum. Don't worry, I'll definitely remember Callum in it all as well. Let's have a looky. Now, don't worry, I'm just doing more technical sidey stuff. And it's gonna work out.
She's looking at
Shut
Facebook.
up. Stop, Sam.
Okay.
He's a cheeky sod, isn't he? Right, so there we go. Okay, I've got the thing on the screen now so I can actually see where I fit in the frame. I've only got a little bit of a delay, so while I'm sat here doing this, I'm not actually doing this on my screen. It's workout time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're not going to join in my workout?
Fine. It's all I can
Alright,
do.
you tried. You tried. I'm okay with that. So far we've got Autumn watching, and what I'm going to do is I need to do the thing where I can actually share the link, because I always forget how to do that. How? Why?
Mom.
What? Aha, there we go.
I think you're live.
You think I'm live?
Yeah.
Nah, me live. But I am. I need to find a way to do this so that I can have all of this sort of stuff set up before I get started, because I end up doing this little waffly bit where I'm all like, oh yeah, look at me, let's get started, but wait, I need to do this and this and this. But today I'm going to tell stories about how the boys came into the world, because I don't know, everyone loves a good old birth story, don't they?
Yeah, and everyone loves watching you looking at Facebook.
Yeah, but Sam, that's not what I'm doing. Oh, give it here. What I'm trying to do is share the links to the live stream, so if anyone out there wants to come and watch it, they can do, because here we are, we're off and going and doing. Seeing as this one is here, maybe I should talk about Sam first. Oh, have you still been picking its face? Oh, did that hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet it did, you poor sod. Why don't you sit up properly, and then we can actually see your pretty face? No. Alright, you tried.
I did it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Right, that's not as funny as you think it is, Sam.
It is.
It's really, really not. Sam, you kicked the camera.
Sorry.
You kicked the camera. You know that's like a floggable offence, right?
I'm sorry.
You will be.
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It's free watching now. Apparently.
So I've got 2 kids. I have Callum, who is 13 and very much a teenager, and I have Sam, who is 10 and very much a 2-year-old. No, that's no.
Family.
Better, thank you.
Oh, perfect timing.
No. Stop picking your nose. You know people can see that you're picking your nose, right?
Yeah.
Quit it! He farts, he picks his nose, he's just all over gross. And if you don't stop it, you're going to have to leave the room. Yeah. You do care.
No, I don't.
That's why you're here. So, 10 and a bit years ago, this lug came into my world. Anyway. And it was a bit complicated getting this little fellow out. Literally out. Because there was some confusion between what I wanted and what other people wanted. And by other people I mean doctors and stuff. Because I wanted a home birth for Sam. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not particularly crunchy mum, hippy dippy, earth mothery type. That's not why I wanted a home birth. I actually wanted a home birth for very selfish reasons. Those reasons being I wanted to be in my own bed, I wanted to be able to have a cup of tea or coffee whenever I wanted, and you know, I wanted to have that sort of freedom that you don't necessarily get in a hospital. So I planned for a home birth. I didn't plan well, but I tried. Anyway, it was put in my birth plan. I spoke about it with my midwife, who's very supportive. Because anyone that's watching this that's not in the UK, our prenatal care is predominantly with midwives rather than doctors or obstetrics. Is that the word?
I don't know.
No,
don't ask me.
I don't know why I'm asking you, but I did. So yeah, I had the midwife completely on board. She was amazing, was this midwife. Her name was Sarah, I think. She recently retired, if I recall correctly.
Pause what you're saying. There are 6 watching now.
Wow. Then poor sods are going to hear about how you came out with me.
Oh no.
Anyway, so yeah, I had a happy midwife who was very pleased with the idea of a home birth, and we got prepared. We had plastic sheeting on the bed. We had plenty of snacks and drinks in, and we had
Hey, someone.
not much else.
Someone
really.
just said, "Yay, I made it in time."
Hello, Angela. That's my New Zealand friend. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we got there, and so we prepared for this home birth. Another good thing about doing the home birth is the fact that our local maternity unit is very small, and the drugs
You're
and
so old that your midwife is retired.
You're so old that the midwife that brought you into the world is retired. There we go.
That's not my fault.
You're 10. That's like a whole decade, mister. Hey, Rosie as well. I'm never going to get this story out, am I?
No.
There were some things that they had to do to prepare, and one thing that they could do is bring medication and pain relief to my house. And the drugs and pain relief they could give me at the maternity unit in the town was the same as what they could bring at home. So they could bring the gas in there, they could bring... That was probably about it, to be honest. There's not an awful lot of pain relief available at our local maternity unit. And in all honesty, if decent pain relief had been available, I'd gone straight for a hospital birth, easily. But epidurals are not routinely available here. And again, this is 10 years. Things might have changed since then. But when I was pregnant with this one, and I wanted to give birth pain-free, it just wasn't an option. It wasn't possible to choose to have an epidural. You could only have one if it was an emergency situation, or if you were having your C-sections or whatever. So I figured I might as well stay home, cups of tea, comfy bed, and just enjoy the same pain relief in the home environment. which was kind of cool because it meant the midwife had to bring these huge canisters of gas and air to my house, which I kept under your cot. I just kept them out of the way, put them under the cot, and they were just there and ready and waiting, although I don't think I ever actually used them when it all came down to it. Okay, pain-free might be a little bit... I've got future fables saying pain-free childbirth. Yeah, I know, it's never pain-free, but I'd like an epidural. I can imagine an epidural would make it a little bit more bearable. I don't know, maybe I'm fantasizing a little bit in my head. But, yeah, no. They didn't offer it at the hospital. They didn't offer it at the birthing centre, so gas and air was pretty much all they had available. And I had to have a special sign in my house window saying that we had pressurised canisters in the house. And we kept them safe. And eventually labour started, but it was a bit hard to get there because in my family we women give birth late, very late. If I...
How late? Like a year late?
A year late? No, that's something else entirely, little mister.
I know.
But
Dad wanted to have me when I was in 2006.
Yeah,
because Tegan was born in 2005, Cal was born in 2004, and Jacob was born in 2003.
And you just had to be a year late, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was born late as well. When my mum was pregnant with me, I was several weeks late, apparently. I was due middle of January and was born middle of February. That was painful. My little brothers were all late by about 2 weeks each time. My eldest kid, Cal, he was about 11 or 12 days late as well. So when I started to get to 10, 11, 12 days post due date with Sam, I put my foot down. I wasn't going to be induced. I wasn't going to be C-sectioned or anything. I was just determined that I was going to eventually go into labour, just like I did with him, just like everyone else. I get it. Oh man. But yeah, I was late, and the doctors weren't happy with me because obviously there's a lot of difficulties that can happen if you're pregnant too long. Apparently your placenta can deteriorate, it can all go a bit wonky. So while here was me with this anecdotal evidence of, hey look, my family gives birth late, the doctors are like, yeah, your baby could die. And I'm like, nah, it'll be fine. And the compromise became that I had to go to the hospital every single day in the next city over to be monitored for 20 minutes to make sure that everything was all hunky-dory and safe.
I didn't want to die.
I wasn't going to let you die. I'm not that stubborn. I'm a little bit stubborn, but not that stubborn. So we had to travel. It was about 45 minutes journey every day, travelling from our house in a little village that we lived in all the way to the city to lie down, be strapped in, and watch the little papery thing and the little readouts and just generally be monitored. And unsurprisingly, everything was healthy and hunky-dory, wasn't it? You were fine. I mean, you're here now, so you must be fine, yeah?
Yeah.
You didn't die, did you?
Finally, something else that isn't a smile emoji.
What? Oh, Lisa. So, every day we went until it was about day 17 post due date. Now normally they let you go to day 14 at the maximum and then they will induce you and they will get that baby out, but no, I was stubborn. This is my healthcare, I need my body, my baby, it was all good. And yeah, and about day 17 I think it was, we were sat there, the midwife had plugged me in, put the tapey stuff on my belly.
I fell.
You fell?
Yeah.
Put the tape stuff on my belly, and then I noticed a little irregularity on the printout. It was wibbling and it was wibbling. And I wondered what it was. And so I asked the midwife, and I'm like, what's this little wiggle? What is it? And she had a smile and a bit of a smirk on her face. And I'm like, oh, is it a contraction? And she said, maybe. Is labour starting? Maybe. It was so weak that I couldn't actually physically feel it. I could just see it on the display, on the little thing with the paper and the wheelie line. That was a good one, wasn't it? Wheelie line. Wheelie line. So yeah, I was really excited. I'm like, yeah, here's me. I'm going into labour. Finally, it's going to happen. I'm going to get to meet my baby. I've got to that stage of pregnancy where you're just so fat and uncomfortable. You just want the baby out, which is apparently a thing. You know, that's actually what happens. That's what your body does. It makes you really uncomfortable, so you're ready to face the agony of childbirth.
Did I cry when I came out?
Oh, yes, you did. I don't remember much. I'm sure you did.
How long did I cry?
Forever. You never stopped.
Okay.
No, I'm just teasing.
Okay.
So I went home, back to my little village, all really excited. I'm going to have to move my arm, kid. All really excited at the prospect of here I was with a bit of paper proving I was in labour. I thought that was amazing. And, yeah, I was too keen. I was just too keen. I started to feel the pain. I did definitely start to feel the contractions eventually. I say eventually, this is like 2 hours later. And,
I'm up.
You're up?
I'm up.
And Sam was born in June, so it was a nice summery evening, and I just remember sitting outside and feeling the pains a little bit more, and it was getting a little bit stronger, a little bit uncomfortable. And we rang the midwife, because I wasn't on my own at the time, I was still with the kid's father. And we rang the midwife, and she said wait a bit, and eventually she came out. So this was like day 1. Because labour and contractions and stuff went on for like 3 days. And to be fair, a lot of it's a bit blurry, a little bit wobbly. I don't remember everything perfectly. And a lot of it I've heard back as stories from other people, which, in all honesty, has been pretty helpful, actually. Because when other people are there and they're not going through the agony and the pain and stuff, it makes it a little clearer. But I laboured at home. I didn't have a water birth, I didn't get a water pool because I'm cheap. It costs money to hire a birthing pool in your home. And I just didn't think that it was money I could use. I had tried to do a water birth with Callum, and I was in there for all of half an hour and then climbed out of it because I just needed to cuddle myself up rather than float myself around. I was just toodling around at home, in pain. The midwife wouldn't let me have the canisters of gas and air because we only had 2 or 3. And she wanted me to save them for later, when things were even more unbearable. Let's be live.
You always have to say things out loud when you're typing.
I do. I always. He is still being swaddled a little bit. He is, I hadn't thought, but yeah, he's swaddling himself. And it's not me just trying to suffocate him, I promise. You did.
Yay!
So, we laboured at home for a bit, and there was one moment while I was labouring at home that I'll never forget, that absolutely mortified me through and through. And that was, I don't know, the end of the first day, start of the second day. Again, time's blurring here. I was laid on my bed, pretty much, starkers, sweaty, hot, gross, and in pain. And there was a knock on my bedroom door. Now, I didn't know who the hell would knock on my bedroom door because Callum was 3 years old and in bed. The kid's dad was with me in the room, and so was the midwife, who was knocking on my bedroom door, not the house door, the bedroom door. And it was a woman from across the road. Her name doesn't matter. We'll call her Elizabeth or something, even though that's very much not her name. Anyway, Lizzie decided to knock on my door and come and cheer me up and see me through this labour. We weren't particularly close, but I knew her well enough, she was okay, she was a good acquaintance. And,
She started playing I Spy with you.
You're going to ruin my story, mate.
I know.
She knocked on the door and I just shouted, I'm naked. I'm not in a fit state to see anyone. Oh, it don't matter. It's fine. It's nothing we've not seen before. We've all been there, love. We'll come on in. So I opened the door and in she came. So there was Lizzie and her friend, whose name I forget because we were never close. And they plonked themselves down on the bed. I wrapped myself in a duvet and admittedly, I think they'd been drinking just a little bit because they were quite merry. And they decided they were going to take my mind off the labour pains by playing I Spy, as Sam said. Can't stand that game at the best of times, let alone when I'm naked, sweaty, gross, in pain, labouring. No.
Hey, Mum.
What?
I Spy with my little eye, something that begins.
It's blindness! The reason we're all blanketed up is because we refuse to put the heating on yet, and it's really cold. Oh, Oh, you know what, Rosie? I'm surprised you weren't there because you lived. One of the watchers that we've got right now, Rosie, lived nearby us at the time, and she probably heard me screaming because there was a lot of that because it was freaking painful, wasn't it? Well, you wouldn't know. You weren't there. You were. So yeah, in came Lizzie. Here's me, and I couldn't cope with I Spy. I wasn't very polite, I don't think. Please leave me alone. But the midwife, bless her soul, she took charge. She properly took charge. She hustled them out of the room. And Lizzie and the other woman were like, we didn't know you were the midwife. And the midwife's like, yeah, well, I am the midwife. How come you're not in uniform? Well, it was a home birth. So she was just at our house. Just there, as is.
Mom.
What? Go midwife. Is that Cuddlebug? Oh no, I forget everyone's names. I don't even know my own kids' names. You don't know I have them tattooed on their arms and stuff.
Yeah.
Hello, sweetie. How you doing? Everyone's my little sweethearts, aren't they?
No.
No, little Cuddlebug.
What about Dad?
What about Dad? What?
He said everyone's your little sweetheart.
Hey Sam, can you say hello to Cuddlebug?
Hello to Cuddlebug.
He's not there, he's there.
Hello to Cuddlebug.
Hey, we see you! Except we don't, but you see us. Hey! I feel like we should actually be interesting now.
Yeah. I still Callum's birth story.
I've not finished yours yet. Oh. Oh, is it a Sam? Is it a Sam like my Sam? Sammy Sam. Hey. Oh. Hello?
Hide!
Don't hide, it's just Callum.
Yes, you can tell our birth story.
What are you doing? What?
Yes, you can tell our birth story.
Yes, I can tell your birth story.
Yep.
Do you not want to come say hi?
I think.
Hi.
Does that no? Are you watching? Megan says hi, Callum. Oh, it's on here too. You see, we've got the live stream going, and oh my word! Do you find that funny?
That's really funny.
Okay.
I might as well go into my room and start watching it as well.
Well, it'll get my views up, but
Carry on the story.
Oh yeah, we're in the story. Yes. Okay. Hi, little cuddle buggy, Sammy Goo. I think the best people in the world are called Sam. I have to say. Yeah, he is. I like to think that he's doing it to be supportive, but no, he's just waiting for me to mess up, I'm sure, and say something awfully incriminating or embarrassing that tends to happen on a live stream, I think. Oh God, where were we with your story?
You were playing I Spy.
Oh, hi, we'll wave to Sam. Hi. What is that?
I'm a giant tentacle monster.
You're a tentacle monster.
No, I said it wrong. I'm a giant testicle monster.
Sam, we're on a live stream. We've got little people watching. Don't.
Okay.
I'm very sorry. Sam is very rude and a boy and obsessed with body parts and bodily functions and general gross things. It's a family-friendly stream, Sam, because you're part of the family. So you better be friendly. Is that how it works? No. Okay, so we did the I Spy. The midwife got the woman out, and that was a little bit easier. But things were taking a very long time. And after 2 days of having labour at home, the midwife was exhausted. I was exhausted. The kid's dad was exhausted. We had to do something else. So my mum and stepdad looked after Callum for me, because again, he was only 3. And we went through to the hospital at the next city over, the 45 minutes drive away. That was a fun drive. No ambulance or anything because it wasn't needed. But driving when you're contracting, not that I was driving, I was being driven, thankfully. Could you imagine? Contraction, put your foot down, and then zoom off somewhere. You can tell I'm a proper driver, right? So we got to the hospital and they set me in, they gave me a room, it was all nice and lovely, and they gave me an injection of something that made me sleep. I slept for 4 solid hours, which was good because I spent the previous 48 hours awake and labouring. And so I slept, my body got the rest it needed, I woke up and the bloody baby was still in there. I mean, they knocked me out, the least they could do was get the baby out, right? Honestly, when I woke up and I felt the pain and I looked down and I saw the belly, I cried. I just cried. Like, he's still in there. Please get him out. Oh, it was mortifying. I'm like, there's still more of this I have to deal with. At this point, I was absolutely starving and I decided to go for a walk. So I left the labour ward, with permissions, obviously. I left the labour ward and I tootled down to the basement of the hospital and found the cafe bit. And I know I always see like on American TV and stuff they have a thing of like you're not allowed to eat while you're in labour, you're just allowed like ice chips and stuff. But I don't think culturally that's a thing that we do here, not in the same way. And I understand it's in case there's an emergency and you need to be put under anaesthetic and you're not supposed to eat before anaesthesia and stuff like that. I understand it, but like I say, it's not something that we really do here. And, yeah, no one wants to play I Spy in that condition, do they, Angela? Never again. Sam, would you like to take over the chat? You could do the writing. Yeah? So we found this restaurant bit, this cafe, and it was morning, and I'm British, and so we had a full English breakfast, which was, you know, your typical sausages, bacon, hash browns, black pudding, and so on. Not baked beans, because baked beans are the devil, and I can't eat them ever, because they are disgusting and taste of grossness, awfulness. What? I did it right. My apologies, Sam is now in the chat. Sam is typing on my behalf. I hope he's not very inappropriate. Okay? So I got this breakfast and it was this massive plate of food and it was just what I needed. But I was contracting quite regularly then, every few minutes or so. And I'd have a contraction, I would sit there and I would scrunch up and I would just, you're not supposed to, are you? But I would tighten everything up to try and stop myself from screaming. The contraction had passed. And then I would wolf the food into my gob. I would literally just like, whew, I think I was barely chewing, I was just inhaling this food. And I remember the black pudding was like the tastiest thing in the world. I'm like, I need this energy. I need to wolf it down. And then as soon as I felt a contraction coming again, I'd put my stuff down and I'd wait it out. It'd go and then I'd eat again. And it took me a very long time to finish my plate of breakfast, let me tell you. It was so hard, but it's just what I needed. I needed that extra energy. I got up to the labour ward after finishing this breakfast eventually. Everyone came to stop and help me, which was lovely because I kept stopping and squealing. And, you know, every staff member, you know, are you alright? Do you need a wheelchair? They did put me in a wheelchair in the end, which I didn't like. Did not like being in the wheelchair, but at least it got me where I needed to be, so that was good. And there we were, all back up in the labour ward, and this was day 19. Day 19 of being pregnant. Pretty much day 17, 18, like almost day 3 of being in labour. And I just wasn't dilated enough, just things weren't moving along as fast as they should do. It was just pain, more pain and continual pain. And so they suggested breaking my waters for me to see if that would move things along. And yeah, I agreed. Fine, go ahead, break the waters. Maybe it'll just come swooshing out like that, nice and easy.
Well, I didn't.
No. So they came in, they broke my waters, and that set everything off. Boom, really, really quick. Within like just a few minutes, within an hour after having had my waters broken, out came Sam. And it was, in a way it was kind of good because it was really like sudden, painful, pushing moments, and I can't tell you how long I was pushing, how long I wasn't, whatever, because everything was very blurry at that point. But I do remember that I got to give birth sort of like kneeling up. I was on the edge of the bed, like the hospital bed was up, and I was leaning on the top bit like this, so I was like kind of squatting down a little bit, hoping gravity would pull the bloody thing out. Yes. I look funny on that screen. I look funny in real life, honestly. So yeah, I was able to kind of be leaning like this and pushing down and squatting and whoosh, out Sam came. Along with an awful lot of blood. An awful lot of blood again. I hemorrhaged a little bit with Callum, and I did with Sam as well. So there was this very quick moment of take Sam away, get me fixed up, and stop the bleeding, and it did, to be fair, didn't bleed to death, which is good. I try and avoid that wherever I can. And here I had a new tiny little purple baby Sam.
Purple?
Yeah, you were like purple when you were born. Big squidgy face. You look so cute. My little squidgy face boy. Now there were some things that happened during this labour that I didn't necessarily realise until much, much later. Like, I didn't realise that the hospital thought that I was this hippy-dippy earth mother type that really wanted a natural birth. Again, going back to my earlier point, I didn't want a natural birth. I just wanted home comforts. If they could have given me all the drugs, I would have taken all of the drugs. And even though I was in the hospital and they could have given me something, they didn't, because they thought I wanted a natural birth. And I appreciate that they respected my potential wishes. I maybe should have put in my birth plan, not crunchy mum. Give drugs please, thank you. A thank you helps, doesn't it? That's what gets it going. But yeah, they assumed that that's what I wanted. I wanted a natural birth. So they didn't push, they didn't offer any drugs or anything like that. They just let me natural through it. So the only pain relief I had during Sam's labour was that 4 hours sleep where they knocked me out, but gas and air. And I like gas and air, don't get me wrong. It kind of takes the edge off a teeny bit. But yeah, I would have liked more.
There's a new episode from GT Live.
GT Live.
GT Live. We're always late.
But we're not watching GT Live. We're telling the story of how you exist. Hi. You okay?
Meow, meow, meow.
So that is how Sam kind of came into the world. It was hard leaving the hospital as well, though, in all honesty, because I wanted to go home. Again, I wanted to be home. Home comforts. I wanted to be in my own bed, dealing with my own stuff. And the midwife wouldn't let me leave. She said to me that I had to stay, that I would probably need a blood transfusion because I'd lost a lot of blood, almost a litre of blood. They said 800 ml, I think it was. I saw it written down somewhere. 800 ml of blood.
And you have 5 litres of blood in the human body.
You do? Oh my god, you remembered it. Sam has got a video for understanding the science of blood, which when this is uploaded properly, I'll put a card. What side of the screen would it be? Oh no, I'm on a delay. Is it this side? This side.
One.
I'll put a card up here that links to Sam's blood video because he knows all about blood. He's well fancy. But yeah, the midwife said I couldn't leave because I'd lost too much blood, and that I hated it. So I had to prove, I was stubborn, I had to prove that I could go home, that I was well enough to go home. So I stayed awake. I'd just given birth and I did not go to sleep. It was really hard. I was exhausted. My whole body was aching. I stayed awake and I waited for something to happen to say that I could go home and be in my own bed and start looking after this beautiful little baby that I made. Yeah. I don't think you're in shot much, luckily. No one can see that grubby face. Now, I was destined to be stuck in the hospital, and I'm not like averse to hospitals. It's not like I'm scared of them or anything. I just wanted to be home. You alright, Cal?
Yeah.
And luckily for me, the midwife changed shifts at 8 o'clock, or thereabouts anyway. So the scary midwife who said I had to stay, she left, and a new, much more considerate, caring midwife turned up and looked over my notes and said, okay, if you can go and have a shower and get yourself dressed, then yeah, you can go home. Right, so I had a challenge. This was it. This was my moment. I was going to prove myself. Never in my life has it been so hard to have a shower. It was awful. I obviously had to waddle, and that weird feeling when you take your first steps after having had a baby where everything hurts down there, but also your belly's all deflated and wobbly. Yeah. So I managed, with the help of the kid's dad, I got a shower, I had a wash, put new maternity pads in, and managed to get back sat down on the bed with baby ready to go. And the midwife signed me off. She said I could leave, and painful. But I managed to leave the hospital that same day. And we drove to Penrith first. because we lived in a village at the time, we lived near there, but we went via the chippy. And we got chips because we're British and that's what we do. And we went to visit my friend Hayley. So before Sam had even been to his own home, the first house he ever went into was my friend Hayley's. Hey Hayley. And yeah, I kind of sat there looking at the baby in the car seat like, I made this thing, Hayley, look what I made, look what I made. She was very proud of me.
There's a Callum!
Hey Cal. And after that, after we had our chips, after we'd shown off our brand new baby, home we went. And Callum was brought back to our house the next day and introduced to his baby brother, and it all went from there.
Callum, we can see you in the reflection.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. If you look in the window, you can see the reflection of Callum.
Hi.
He is cameramanning right now, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening in the chat?
Nothing.
I'll have a look in a minute. So that is basically the story of how Sam came to be.
Now tell the story of how Callum existed.
Well, maybe.
Now.
Maybe.
Now.
See, now Sam's story involves a lot of pain. Like I say, when I say, oh yeah, it was 3 days. What? 3 days of labour? Oh yeah, and I was 19 days overdue. What? It seems impossible, but it just kept happening. But I learned some very valuable life lessons, like let people know that you want all the drugs. Yes, please. All of the pain relief, please. Home births take long. Well, my home birth took forever, and I would need to be better prepared for it. Oh, and also, because I was having a home birth, I didn't have a hospital bag packed. Ooh, don't wobble the camera. Yeah, I didn't have a hospital bag packed at all.
Callum,
So
don't wobble the camera.
when the midwife said, hey, I should send you through to the hospital, I went with nothing. I had to beg my mum to be like, Mum, I've got no nighties or knickers, help.
All of the drugs. All the drugs.
Yeah. So that, it was just... And the funny thing is, right, and every other mother that ever watches this will understand what I'm saying, but you forget the pain, don't you? You forget the agony and the awfulness and how deeply painful everything is, yeah? It seems to be quite a normal thing that the women out there, that mothers out there will remember this pain.
Mum.
Will not remember this pain, actually.
Watch out.
Watch out. Oh, Sam.
Pardon me.
And that's one of the reasons why I have this story so detailed in my brain, because I'm like, I'm not doing that again. That was painful. How painful, Laura? Let me remind myself. Do you not remember that it was 3 days of labour? Do you not remember you were 19 days overdue? Why, yes, Laura, I do remember. You're right. I don't think I will have more babies because they're painful. Well, at least I made you laugh.
I smiled.
You smiled. What? So what about you guys? What's your, do you have to remind yourself? Do you remember the pain? Do you not have babies and do you imagine just how agonising the pain will be?
We are men. We do not have the babies.
We are not men. We are hot chicks. Cal, what are you doing?
Dude.
Messing with something.
Where's the car, dude? Dude.
Oh, phenomenally! Hello! Right, I'm going to have a look in the chat now. Let's see who's about. Let's do some shout outs. Megan doesn't like bleeding to death. You know what?
Most people don't.
Yeah, you know what? I'm completely on your side there. It's alright.
Oh, the badge plugins.
Calm yourself.
Plug
Yeah,
it back.
Megan says, yeah, bleeding is bad. Megan is not having kids after this story. Oh, that's brilliant. Megan, I'm completely okay with that.
Not everybody has as awkward births as you.
Yeah, no, there are definitely people out there that have much easier, much lovelier birth stories than me. It's taken me 40 minutes to tell your story, you know that, right?
Actually, 38 minutes, 56, 57, 58,
Alright.
59.
So let's see, we've also got Phenomenally. Hello, Phenomenally. Phenomenally is a YouTube channel that I subscribe to. They're another family vlog. They're so much fun to watch. And they've got a really kind of catchy theme song at the start that always gets stuck in my head when I watch their videos. Definitely worth checking them out. And obviously we've got Fuchsia Fables, who is one of my favourite YouTubers ever. And I'm constantly bragging about my New Zealand friend, because she's so awesome. And I want to go visit her one day and we can have all the adventures. And I'd have to bring, I don't know, a toy hoover for the little one. Like
Boo.
vacuum cleaners.
I want...
Yeah.
I got it.
What are you doing? I think I'll probably save Callum's story for another stream.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Because Callum's story was not quite as traumatic But it was a first story. It was a first birth, so that's always... There's always something really traumatising about it, isn't there?
Building up the tension.
Oh, of course. No, you guys are great. I'm always going to give a shout out to people that are amazing. I think that's what I really... Oh, are you going?
Bye.
Callum's leaving me.
I'll be up later, maybe.
What are you writing, kid? Yeast? You're writing yeet.
Yes.
Oh. Yes, Callum. Why don't you actually write with 2 fingers? Then you can... 2 little fingers. Is this how you internet?
Write properly.
This is how you internet.
Man, my arm's really flabby. Oh, I'm so fat. No. Hey! Quit at you. Quit at you.
Hey, Mum, stop.
Hey, what? Stop tickling me with your foot. See, that's the thing I love the most about YouTube, ignoring this. Most of the thing I love about YouTube is getting to know other families and other vloggers and getting to see insights into people's lives.
You can never ignore this.
I definitely can't with that smell. Oh my god, when did you last have a bath?
Hey, Mum, stop.
No. No! Dead. Oh, what is it about boys? Ah, this smells so bad. Hello, Callum.
You are a minger, good sir.
You are a minger.
Precisely.
I am a minger.
A manga?
A minger.
That's the type of book that you read from right to left.
Oh, poor Capel.
Call me
Hey,
indeed.
Mum, guess what?
Hey, what? Oof. What do you remember about being little? Obviously, I remember you being born because I was there. But you
I
weren't.
remember
Callum is a spoon.
existing.
You remember existing? So, you know, the very first house, the house that you were nearly born in, we moved out of when you were just about a year and a half. Maybe not even quite a year and a half. What? Oh, Sam is a spoon. Okay.
Oh, you a spoon, Sam.
Fair enough. But yeah, Sam, the first house that we lived in, you won't remember because we move a lot in this family. I've lost count of the amount of times I've moved. It was at 25, I think, and then I stopped counting. I moved house a lot. I moved house for the first time when I was just 2 weeks old.
I just felt enough.
Enough.
Okay.
And I don't know, we moved away from the village where Sam was almost born, and we moved back into Penrith, which I've lived in a few times before. And
Okay, fair enough. But Callum's a spud.
Sam's a spud. Alright, if you say so.
Okay, fair enough. But Callum's a spud.
Do boys ever get past, you know, butt and poop and bodily odour jokes? Please tell me they do. Please.
See this what?
No! Attack of the killer armpit! Good God! Oh, you disgusting child. I do have some videos from when Sam was a baby on my other YouTube channel, the one that I've had for many, many years since YouTube was kind of new. And with Sam's permission, I'll upload them. I'll put 1 or 2. I'll do a mix of them and put them on this channel too. I have one favourite one, which is where Callum taught Sam how to roll over. You know when babies are a few months old and they start lying on the back and they flip? Well, Callum taught Sam to do that and we caught it on camera the very first time it happened.
I remember doing it like after bedtime.
Mm.
Me and Callum got out of bed, went into the hallway, and Callum said roll over, and then he rolled over, and I'm like, that seems simple enough. And I just did it
Okay.
at night.
Aww.
I was tired, but I'm like, yeah, simple enough.
Okay.
As soon as I did it, I fell asleep on the floor. And Callum carried me back to bed.
That's a very nice
And then I
memory.
woke up and I'm like, Callum, I was on the floor. I'm in my bed. Why am I here?
It's confusing being little, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially when you're small enough that other people pick you up and move you around without your, knowing. Okay, Megan says they don't. My brother still makes weird jokes and he's 24. Oh. So there's just no chance, is there? Cal, what are you doing?
Checking the chat. I can check the chat on here.
Well, you know
Callum's in the window.
Callum's in the window. Hi. That's cool. Okay.
You know you can check the chat by having this running on your phone or your computer or whatever.
I could.
But
See, I know fine well that Callum knows exactly how to engage with the chat. Either over here or down.
what?
Game theory, GT Live. That's what Stephanie always does, and she always starts saying, and this is how you engage with the chat. The chat box will either be up here or down here, depending on your browser configuration. GT Live is the best live stream ever.
GT Live.
Not as good as ours.
You're always late.
Not as good as ours, obviously.
Jolly good. He tries to do a rollover.
Yes.
Hey, Sam.
Yes.
Oh, Mum, you need to tell some stories about Sam and me when we were young. And the time that I taught Sam to roll over.
We just did that.
Did you actually?
A little bit, yeah.
That is really funny.
Callum.
I wasn't even listening.
Would you mind, Callum, terribly if I took that video from the old channel and uploaded it onto the new one? Because it does have your very cute face on it too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
See, because the cool thing is now I know how to edit videos, which I think is really exciting. I have hoarded video
So
files
funny.
for years of
So
both
funny.
of these two.
So funny.
So funny.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I've hoarded video files of these two for years, and now I can actually do stuff with them. It used to be that I'd just upload them to YouTube or I'd just keep them. But now it's like, oh, I can do like a supercut of all the times when Callum shaked his ass at the camera. Or a supercut
Well,
every
this
time
is a
Sam
family-friendly
farted.
chat. This is a family-friendly stream.
All toddlers do it, don't they? Right?
Fart!
All toddlers do it, where they like, you know, they find it really funny to sit and wiggle their bum at everyone. Like, hey, I've got a bum, look at it wiggle, wiggle! Why don't you do it?
Everyone gets what?
Don't you dare fart on me.
No.
What?
That wasn't it. What do you do when I make fat butt? Wait.
You keep your butt away, mister.
Hey, Mum.
Hey, what?
It's even worse.
What?
Got you.
Oh, Megan, you remember Callum's ice bucket challenge? God, that's going back a little bit, isn't it? Was that 2015?
Yeah, so we've been living in the old house for 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, Callum's ice bucket challenge was great, but I'm sorry, but my one with custard was just amazing. Especially because I hate custard. I hated it so much. But the really cool thing is, for each video we donated a $5, so we donated £15 to ALS charities for that, which I thought was really cool. But
I remember my one. My one was the best.
was it?
Yeah. Way better than Callum's or yours, Mum.
But mine had custard. I got custard poured on me.
Yeah, but still, mine actually had ice cubes in it.
The only thing grosser, right?
Yeah.
Right? Than me doing mine with custard was if it had been baked beans.
Oh, that would have been delicious.
No amount of money in the world, no amount of good causes, charitable fundraising would make me pour baked beans on myself.
Everything would make me do that.
You're gross. Come here, you're not in shot, are you?
I love me my baked beans.
What? You're so loud. Yeah, you don't need baked beans though, do you?
I
Not
do.
really. You don't. You really don't need beans. This boy has an awful lot of gas. Always.
Meow.
And there's apparently a cat.
Meow.
I gave birth to a cat.
Meow.
That explains a lot, actually.
Meow.
Is that why you always poop in a box? You're funny. Ugh. Hey,
I
Sam.
can't get up.
You can't get up.
I can't get up.
Are you like that crab? Shiny. No. I don't know the words. What's his name? What's Shiny Crab's name? Tamatoa! Now Tamatoa hasn't always been this glam. I was a drab little crab once. Oh, if anyone's wearing headphones, I'm very sorry. Okay, we're kind of devolving a little bit here into complete chaos. I came in with a plan today. I was going to tell birth stories, but it took me like 45 minutes to tell Sam's. But that's parenting as well, isn't it? Trying to tell a story when there's children around. You get like 3 words in and then boom, interruption. Like,
Hi!
like, Mum, I
Hi!
want a cookie. Give me a snack. Mum!
Mom, can I have some, Mom, can I have some crisps?
No.
Mom, can I have some crisps?
No.
Mom, can I have some,
No.
Mom, can I have some,
You're not having any.
Mom, can I have some
No.
crisps? Mom, can I have
No.
a biscuit? Mom,
Yeah. Okay, this is getting. Oh, let me have my mouse.
No.
What am I going to do if I can't use the computer? I might cry. You do not take someone's mouse batteries out. That's just like basic.
I didn't take mouse batteries. I took mouse battery.
If I turn the live stream camera off, I can kill you, right?
I now have evidence that you're going to kill me.
Oh yeah, that would be a problem. I don't really want people to know.
Usually, Sam's a cat.
But yeah, basically Sam is a cat. Oh, thank you. Do you really think we're cute? I don't. I think we're smelly and gross, and I'm also smelly
You
and
like
gross.
my bogey.
Oh no, don't. Right,
I
actually,
didn't put it on my nose.
actually, it is really dangerous to eat batteries.
do.
We know this as parents, but I don't know if you know it.
I do.
Yeah?
There's stuff in it that can kill.
Pretty much. There's an experiment you can do. I don't know if it's true or not, where you get like a bit of meat. I want to say like lunch meat or something, like for sandwiches. And if you put one of the like watch batteries on, the flat watch batteries in it, it'll basically burn away at the meat. And
What,
that's
if it's off?
Yeah, no, if it's literally just the battery. And that would happen if you ate it. Have I told you the story about Sam's magnets yet? I think I maybe have. Should we tell you anyway? Let's talk about magnets now.
I ate a magnet!
Yeah,
A
that's,
singular magnet!
that was basically the story. Sam ate a magnet. Next story.
I can hear Callum playing Legend of Zelda. No.
Sam ate a magnet. We lived at an old house, our old house at the time. This is a few years ago. Oh, I have told you. Well, I guess I won't have to tell you again that Sam ate a magnet because he was silly. What do you mean it's not your fault? You're the one that's like, look at this pretty magnet. I'm going to eat it.
I didn't. I was sat, lying in my bed, playing with magnets on the top. Like, it's Callum's fault that he gave me weak magnets. Callum had the really powerful magnets that didn't fall.
So we'll blame Callum.
Yeah, he gave me the weak magnets.
Alright.
You gave me the weak magnets!
I heard the words Callum's fault. I'm involved now.
It's your fault, you gave me the weak magnets.
Everything.
That you swallowed a magnet. That's the reason.
Yeah.
Just because it's a weak magnet doesn't mean you goddamn swallow it.
You knew which one was the weak one, so you gave me the weak one so I'd swallow it so we didn't have to go to A&E, so we didn't have to go to sleep.
I gave you the weak magnets, obviously, because I wanted the stronger ones because they work better, but why would you swallow them?
I didn't want to! They fell into my mouth!
Oh, whoops, I accidentally shot you in the head. I'm so sorry. Loading the gun. Oh, whoops, I dropped it in it. Yes, I'm sorry too, just...
You're not sorry.
You're not sorry.
I think seeing as... No, give me that back. Sam. Seeing as it's been an hour of us rambling at you and
Not
I've
yet.
told one story about Sam being born, we'll save Callum's birth story for next weekend, I think.
Okay, see you later, bye.
Hang about. But you can wait and you can help us do the sign off. Sam? What are you doing?
I want to get down.
Why don't you come and say goodbye first? Because we're going to sign off for the night now. So, Sam?
Goodbye.
Is that it?
Yeah.
You are not the best at goodbyes, I have to say.
No.
Callum, would you like to put your head around the front and say goodbye to everyone?
And say what?
No.
Say goodbye to everyone watching.
Goodbye to everybody or goodbye to everybody watching.
Goodbye to everyone in the whole world ever. You got to name everyone individually.
Goodbye to everybody in the whole world ever. Alexander, Alexavier,
Aaron
A. Aronson.
We watched Hot Fuzz again the other day. For the greater good.
For the greater good.
Alexander Hamilton.
The greater good.
Alright, we're going to go. We'll see you
Bye.
later, and Callum's going to press the button so we can actually leave.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.